His wife, the Princess of Wales, was admitted to hospital for abdominal surgery earlier this week. Prince William has been photographed apparently returning home from visiting her in hospital. According to some headlines, he's set to juggle childcare whilst caring for Kate. Here we go, we're still having this conversation, Myleene. I mean, to be fair, they haven't said anything about their arrangements, but...
It's just been assumed that he's holding down the reins with
the
no help.
Conversation goes back to that thing, doesn't it, about, you know, he's a modern dad looking after...
I find it staggering that we are, like you said, still having this conversation, because if we've got the children, no one bats an eyelid, but if the dads, and this it just shouldn't be this way, they either say they're babysitting or what a great dad. I get that about my partner Sim all the time, and he is very, very hands-on. But even my own girlfriends, I've got one girlfriend who I was quite surprised by her reaction, because in the traditional sense, I suppose he's more of a homemaker. He cooks the food. Right. We would starve without him. Definitely helps out with all the laundry. She wonders if I look at him differently.
What does she mean?
Get the ick?
Well, like, I suppose, like, in a maybe emasculating way. And I look at him, I do look at him differently. I look at him like... admiration. I do, because... Well, I think the women's load is just a lot, and that's from a practical consideration. But when you look at the mental load we take on, every day women are just making lists, got to remember to do this, got to remember to do that. It's just... It can be just so overwhelming.
I'm just so surprised that you still have that conversation. You've got a girlfriend saying that. I thought we had moved on. I mean, we're obviously older than you. I thought we'd passed that stage.
I think gendering it is just unhelpful, old-fashioned stereotypes, because I think, particularly of cost of living crisis, majority of people are just in a place where, whether you're a man or a woman, whoever's got the most earning potential will go and earn and bring that back home to provide. And then if you have children, that person will home-make, raise the children, which is another full-time job, but sadly you are unpaid. You know, so I didn't sit down with Richie and say...
Unrecognised.
Unrecognised, unappreciated sometimes. Like, I didn't sit down with Richie and decide our roles based on our gender. And actually, when I went on maternity leave, Richie was working full-time because I wanted to be at home with the children. And then roles have reversed now. But, yeah, just like you, I don't look at him any different. And if people told me I should be grateful, I would definitely correct them. Because we're both grateful for each other.
You're the team.
And it's malleable. It might change. You know, you guys might sack me and it all changes next week. And I think it's the having no embarrassment for either dynamic.
Or gender stereotypes. You know, I was doing the plumbing while he was getting the dinner ready, but nobody wants to eat my cooking, and I just happen to know the plumbing in my house.
I love a bit of DIY.
So do I, Kate, so do I.
I'm called DIY Dave in my house. I'm much better at that than Ian. We're both rubbish at cooking. It's that thing, though, about the assumptions, in that it's still assumed that the woman is going to be a more domestic person. And I've always said, I'm not a domestic person.
I wasn't never without a broom in your house.
I love sweeping.
She sweeps the whole time, like talking to her. But I think also we shouldn't be made... Because sometimes I feel like I'm supposed to be embarrassed that I do like the things that would be traditionally seen as female. Yeah. Like, I do love to cook and I don't want him to cook.
But you're good at it and you enjoy it.
So I think you're right. It's what are we good at? What do we bring? You know, and I am not good at emptying the rubbish. Yeah. Somehow
That's very convenient.
I never managed to do it quite properly, so
it's not a great skill, to be honest. I think you could learn.
But it is very much, it's an unspoken thing. I never take the rubbish out because I hate it.
I'll teach you how to deal with it.
No, I don't want to learn how to do it. I like that he does that and I do the cooking or whatever.
And of course, there's lots of people getting in touch thinking that maybe Prince William doesn't take the rubbish out either, because there may be other people to do that. But we don't know, do we? We do not know.